actions that Ms. Daniels took on that day were deliberate, thoughtful, and intentional. And so she went and purchased a gun, gave her the ID, took the exits to Memphis, drove to the victim's home. And although he preyed on her insecurities, Ms. Daniels also was an active participant in the relationship. She knew he was married. She went and had lunch with his wife. But, you know, although he preyed on her insecurities, she was also an active participant in this relationship. So the court doesn't find that there's an excuse or justification for the defendant's criminal. A substantial ground exists to justify the criminal conduct in this case. Also, the next factor the defense raised, the defendant was suffering from mental or physical condition that significantly reduced the defendant's culpability for the offense. However, the voluntary use of intoxicant does not fall within this purview of this factor. And the law says that there has to be a causal connection between the offense and the condition. And Dr. Bidding's testimony was she couldn't say what her mens rea was at the time because the defendant didn't remember. And she said depression doesn't cause you not to make deliberate decisions. You can still be, she said that Ms. Daniels actually said to be sequential and goal-oriented. And action suggests that she was able to plan and make judgments and that it was not a psychotic break where she was disorganized. She said, although she did say that her actions were contrary to her normal actions, but she could not say that a depressed person could not commit the actions of the defendant or that the depression would have specifically caused it. And so the court finds that based off that, the court's not going to find that the defendant was suffering from a mental or physical condition that significantly reduced the defendant's culpability for the offense. The next factor the defense asks the court to consider is the defendant, although guilty of the crime, committed the offense under such unusual circumstances that a sustained intent to violate the law motivate the criminal conduct. It is unlikely that a sustained intent to violate the law motivated the criminal conduct. And the court finds that this does apply because according to the letters that were written by, I think, over 20-something character letters, most people said that this was outside the norm for Miss Daniels. And I don't think that she would probably do this again. I think that this is a barren behavior. This is something where she was upset that the relationship was over and just kind of lost control of her actions. So the court does find that that factor is applicable. The second-degree murder, the court's going to sentence the defendant to 20 years. So that's going to be the 20 years at 100%, I believe.
20 years for the second-degree murder charge. She will also receive 11 months and 29 days for the reckless endangerment charge. Those will run concurrently, so her total sentence will be the 20 years in prison at this point.